Hi, it's Tom here from FDS, and the subject of today's short video is these, which are the knockoff 12 mags from China. And there's a variety of sources for these. Most seem to be coming from eBay. I bought a few because players at my regular game wanted some cheap entry-level magazines that they weren't going to be too bothered about. And with the price of 18s and the price of worker mags being what it is, I thought these were quite a sensible option. Now there are a couple of things to be aware of. If I can bring in a Nerf magazine, you can see there's a Nerf mag, and that one is clear only on one side, and the 12 magazines are clear on both sides. Now they come with this bit of cling film on them from the factory, which annoyingly, as you remove it, does leave a slight bit of marking here on the sides. This is less of a problem if you're going to paint them or do something with them or tint them, and you can see that the quality of the plastic is a bit indifferent. I mean, that's already cracked lower down, and I haven't actually used it yet, so you can see that you can get issues with these. Now they're retailing at between 3 and... One of the big problems with these is fit. If we take a strife, see, as we can see, it goes into the magwell, but it's not retained. Now the reason for this is going to be apparent when we put these two next to each other. So if we put these two next to each other like that, just get them lined through flat. Okay, if I zoom in, you can see right here, there's the Nerf mag release notch, which is where your little mag release tooth goes into, and there's the knockoff one, and you can see that it's too low by quite a bit. If I put a straight edge across there, you can probably see that a little bit better. Hang on. So there's the edge, and you now need to take off all of this material here. So there's a couple of ways of doing that. The easiest way is just to use a file. I'm going to use a needle file, and what you do with that is you take your needle file and you work your needle file up this way. Now you can work this way, like that. What you've got to look out for is depositing too much debris into the body of the magazine. So what I was doing was I was just cutting on the pull stroke. You can do a little bit of both like that. This will put a bit of crud inside the mag, but you can always drop the follower and then follow my mag cleaning guide if you want to get all the material out, and then make sure you deburr this inside edge. So you file away this area here. Until it meets the exact same shape as the Nerf one. So if you mark using a ruler and a pen, if you're worried about making it too big, you can make a mark across there. The other thing to remember is to file off the side as well to match, because there's no point in just filing off the front face if you don't file the side face. So I'm going to finish that and then I'll show you how that fits. Okay, so we can now look, I've filed this out now to the same size. Let's get those lined up better. I've filed it to the same size as the original Nerf aperture, and now hopefully that should fit the strife. So we can take the strife and we can slide the magazine in, and you can see that is now retaining nicely into the strife and releases clean. So that's the mod you need to do to start with. This is my son's EAT, so I'll have a look in now and see whether it fits a Springer, because some of them fit, some of them don't. So now I've widened that out. Yeah, look, that's gone into the EAT, so that's fitted the EAT real nice now. So it should fit the EAT and the strife if you go that far, and it should fit the others too. But I have found some problems with retaliators in particular. Sometimes you need to make this bigger. Now if you go too big and it's too sloppy and you've got a horrible fit, what you'll have to do is you'll have to cut a little strip of plastic. This is about 1 mil thick. So if you get a little tiny strip of plastic and Devcon it in there from the outside and then smooth it off, don't put glue on this inside edge, because obviously that will interfere with your follower. Now the other reported issue with these was one of capacity, so I'm just going to get some nice new koosh and just see how many we can get in there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there you go, it's an 11 dart magazine, strictly speaking, because I don't think you're going to get 12 in there. Now obviously that's at 1 less than Nerf. If we get the genuine Nerf magazine and we try the same, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So to get to the same level on the Nerf magazine with a little bit of movement in the follower, which is what you want. You don't want it completely lock solid. I like a little bit of drop movement in the follower. So there you have it, and you can see that those magazines don't hold quite as much as the Nerf ones. Obviously in this one I had 11 and in this one I had 12. So if you can live with the lower quality and the one less dart capacity, then I would say these are probably worth it for under $5 or under £3 if you're in the UK. If you want some cheap magazines for office warfare, or if you are painting them for LARP, or if you are just playing casually, or you want some mags to just top up your loads without having to buy the genuine Nerf ones, I think these represent better value than the flip kit, because the flip kit, although it gives you 2 12s, it is about 3 times as much as a single one of these, even on offer. So you're not getting as good a value out of these, especially if you live in Europe or globally, where we don't get the offers that the Americans get on a lot of stuff, and discounting isn't as common, especially on new lines like the Modulus line. Then I would recommend these if you want cheap 12s and you don't care about the fact that they're not quite as good as Nerf.